to your foundation workout. Today we're working on rotation and mobility. So let's just start. Feet are nice and wide, rotating side to side, tucking in your core, waking up and activating it, and adding some mobility through your spine. So today is going to be a great foundation class. We're going to be working our way through all of our joints, making sure we have mobility and some stretching and some strengthening. Start to find your breath with your movement. Exhaling as you're going through the hardest part, so as you're coming from the back to the front. Let's just stretch it up and away, extending your leg. Today's format will be 45 seconds on, 10 seconds off between exercises. We have 26 exercises, no repeats except for when we just switch sides. So we're going to just start right now. Go ahead and stand nice and tall. Extend your neck like you're pulling your own hair up toward the ceiling. Okay, shoulders are down away from your ears. Bring in your TVA, so just engage it a little bit. And let's start with some neck circles. So you're going to drop your head to the front, to one side. Nice deep breath. Exhale as you roll to the other side. So for each of these movements today, I want you to play with it, to find the movement that feels good for you today. So if you want to do the back extension, you can. Some people that's not very comfortable with. Roll out your neck, press your shoulders down and back, feel tall and confident and feel that stretch. Okay, here's your 10 seconds off. Grab your long resistance band. You can put your hands through the loops if you have loops, just so it's not swinging around like a crazy snake. Extend your arms out in front of you. We're going to do a marching twist. So bring one knee up and then twist toward that knee. Come back and switch. So now you can pick up the pace a little bit. Bring it into more of a march. Exhaling as you're rotating. Play with your arms a little bit here if you want to reach high. You'll feel a little bit different of a stretch through your side. Great job. Keep going. Keep your core nice and tight. 3 more seconds till your break. Good. You can take your band off of your hands and put it underneath one foot. Now, if you have a really stretchy band, you will want to have both handles in your hand. If you have a really loose band, you can just step on the band itself. But we're going into wood choppers, okay? So you're going to, or hay balers, whichever way you want to look at it. But we're going to be coming up across our body, coming back down, staying on the same side. So when you're pulling up and across, I want your abs really, really engaged. And it should be challenging, okay? Exhaling as you rise. Now, if it's not tough right now, it's not making you feel that core, then adjust your band. Bring it a little bit farther, step on it, or do the double. We're going to be switching next. Good, so take your time, switch feet. Okay, hay baler on this side. So you're going to be starting down by your hip. Tightening up your core. It is locked up nice and strong. Exhaling as you pull away. Inhaling as you're coming down. Arms are straight, you guys. Arms are straight. I see some of you kind of with your arms bent and then kind of like shoving it up. Nope, arms are straight. Pulling it all the way up and across nice and strong. Inhaling as you come back down. 20 more seconds here. You're doing great. If you have a severe diastasis, you could come more straight up toward the ceiling, but this is a great gentle way to start making sure that you have that TVA awakened and in control when you're adding twisting, because today I want you thinking about how each of these moves apply to daily movements. All right, next up, band can go underneath your foot. If you have a really stretchy one, it can go underneath both feet. We're going to go into a bicep curl, so we're shifting from neck and core mobility into shoulder mobility. So curl to the front, bring your band down, curl to the side. So you're going to feel a little bit of a stretch in the front of your shoulders, and repeat. Front, to side. So, I mean, it's great if your biceps are going to start burning by the end of this, but we're not doing a bicep strength workout right now. I want you more focused on shoulder mobility. So as you bring your arms out to the side, feel that nice stretch, and then bring it forward. Now again, make sure your ribs are not thrusting out like this when you're bringing your arms back. Your torso is straight and strong. Good, you can grab your band, bring it up towards your belly. You're gonna wrap it around one hand, and this hand is gonna be locked towards your side, okay? You're gonna grab really close up to the handle. For this one, we're doing external rotation of your shoulders. You're externally rotating, your other hand is just holding onto the band. Get a little bit closer so you can see me. Externally rotating out and away. Again, with all of these, you're exhaling with the movement, inhaling as it comes forward. It should be tough. I'm feeling my shoulder burn right now. So if you're not feeling that, grip with your standing hand or your gripping hand, grab closer to your handle. Switching next. Good. Go ahead. Find your other side. Get yourself comfortable. Lock that other arm up against your side. It's not moving. It is your anchor, and we're going to start externally rotating on the other side. Now, one side might be more challenging or just feel weird compared to the other one. That's okay. Great job, you guys. Today we're doing a lot in the transverse plane, which just means rotational plane. So if you were an airplane up above me, you would be able to see my movement. 20 more seconds here. Smile. Make sure you're filling your ribs up with fresh air on each inhale. 5 seconds. Whew, my shoulder's feeling it. Okay, hands go through the handles again. Arms are up in front of you. Last one for shoulder mobility. We're going to do a high row. So I'm simply pulling the band apart and bringing my arms back so the band is touching my chest. And I'm trying to like tap a wall behind me with my elbows. Extend forward. You're going to feel your shoulders on this one. Some keys here. Make sure you're grounding down through both of your feet, the entire foot. You have weight in your heels. You have weight in your toes. You are aware of your arch. Exhaling as you're pulling back. Your core is nice and zipped up. Ribs are over hips, and you're not letting your ribs pop up and flare when you're pulling back. That is staying nice and stable. Good, you can put your band down. Next up, we're gonna move into spine and hip mobility. So you're going to go into a reverse lunge. If you wanna put your hands together like a prayer, you're going to reverse lunge and then bring the opposite elbow to knee. Step it up, staying on that same leg. You're gonna keep going. Now, if you want a little bit more here of working on mobility through your ribs, hold this position down here and take a nice deep breath through your rib cage. Trying to think about if someone's hand was on your upper back, you're pushing their hand away. And then come back up and reset. Exhaling as you rise. Great job. 3, 2, 1. You can grab a drink. You can shake it out. We are switching sides. Stepping back in your lunge. Hands can come to prayer. Let's go ahead and begin. Go nice and slow on these first couple. As your body finds balance, going to the other side. Awesome job. These types of workouts are so important in life. We are constantly twisting, turning, working on balance. These are the foundations of having a healthy, happy, injury-free life. 10 more seconds here. You will grab your mini band next. Go ahead and grab it. It's going around your arms. Okay, pull it apart just make sure there's some tension on it. You're gonna raise it up. Feet can be either shoulder width or they can be close together, but we're going to drop into chair pose. Think about chair pose in yoga, okay? And you're gonna bring your opposite elbow to the opposite knee, come back up, and switch. So if you wanna work a little bit more on balance, have your feet really close together and touching. If you need a little bit less, widen your feet out and you'll feel more stable. Find some really good mobility through your mid-back. You want to focus on twisting through your thoracic spine, which is your mid-spine. Cervical is on the top, lumbar is on the bottom. You want to find that twist right in the middle. Good. Okay, we're going to find a tree pose. So foot can come up above your knee. If you really want to work on balance, it can go down by your calf, or it can kickstand at the bottom. We're going to bring our arms out. First of all, give a little shoulder roll back. Place your shoulders in your back pockets, but don't let your ribs thrust out. Now rotate to one side. Rotate to the other side. Now if you have your foot elevated, this is really challenging. So give it a try if you're kickstanding it. Just bring your foot up and inch up your leg. Test your balance and test your thoracic mobility. My foot is shaking. It's like a little earthquake going on down there. Switching sides next. You can keep your arms up if you want to burn your shoulders a little bit. So switching your feet, your upper body is doing the same thing. Okay, do a little shoulder roll back, put your shoulders back again in your back pockets. Let's rotate. You'll be putting your mini band down next. No equipment for the next one. So we've been doing a lot through our spine right now. We're going to add in some hips next. 10 more seconds, ladies. You're doing awesome. Try your best to stay stable. Your ribs are still stacked over your hips. All right, put your mini band down. We are going to find a wide sumo squat, nice and wide. So here's your movement. You're gonna come really low, and I want you to play a lot in this one, okay? Think about what your hips need. You're gonna get really low here, come into a side lunge, and then just crawl your way over to your other leg. Find a little bit of movement, nothing jerky, just light movement, and you're crawling back and forth. Don't forget to breathe. This one should feel really good. Just take your time, get as deep as feels good to you. Remember, if you are breastfeeding or pregnant, you have relaxin flowing in your body, which is a hormone that helps your joints get even more loosey-goosey. So just stay cautious with how deep you're getting. Go to the point of feeling good. All right, let's stand it back up. We're gonna go back into a tree type pose, okay? So bring one leg up, but this time we're going to bring a knee forward, rotate it out to the side, and then you're going to tip just a little bit, extend it back. So I want to find all rotation of your hip, bringing it forward, rotating out to the side, bring it back. Now the key with this one is your hip bones are staying forward. They're not turning with your leg. So if you want to put your fingertips on each hip bone, make sure that it's facing forward the whole time. As you tip, you are in control of your core. I know you are. You can win against gravity. Good, let's go to the other side. Shake it out, reset, give a little wiggle, give your eyes and your brain a break from that balancing. And let's go, fingertips on hip bones. They are not moving. Foot comes up, out to the side, rotates all the way to the back with a slight tip. Great job. Why don't you take one hand, now that your hip bones are nice and trained not to move, take one hand, put it on your TBA, and just make sure that as you're doing your tip forward, that area is staying alive. All right, now we're gonna go down into a yogi squat. All right, so similar to what we were just doing, we pop back up to give your hips a bit of a break, but we're going back down. So a yogi squat is really deep in a squat, but I want you to find movement down here. So just shimmy back and forth between your feet. If you're really comfortable down here in this position, you already have kind of the yogi squat mastered with your hips and your heels being able to stay on the ground, then you can pause in the middle and just focus on some nice deep breaths. When you inhale, your ribs are expanding laterally and toward the back. When you exhale, release your pelvic floor as well. I'm sorry, when you inhale, release your pelvic floor, and when you exhale, engage it. Find the movement though. Okay, great job. Now we're gonna come up. If you need a wall for this one, you can find a wall, but we're going to go up into a rainbow calf raise. So one foot can come behind you. You're gonna come up into a calf raise, drop your heel toward one side, come up to the top again, drop to the other side. So we're doing kind of a rainbow effect, but we're working on our ankle mobility right now. If this feels a little bit awkward, you can honestly just work on your arch strength, so just rolling back and forth this way to work on ankle mobility, or do a combination of the two. Stand nice and tall here. Think about how proud you are of yourself for being here, how confident you are, how awesome of a job you're doing in front of your kids. Let's switch feet. You may be feeling your calf after that one. Here we go. Up, rotating to one side of your foot, up to the middle, rotating to the other side, coming all the way back onto your heel. See if you can let go of the wall if you're using a wall right now. If you want to try a little bit of that staying flat arch movement, you can rotate side to side, working your ankles. Great job, everyone. Okay, we're gonna go down to the ground. Here's our last little section. We're kind of doing a mix of hips, core, and spine all on the ground. We're gonna go into thread the needle first. So come into tabletop, zip up your core. Make sure that you have awareness down here and you are engaging your core. Now we're gonna thread the needle. So widen your knees out, bring an arm up, thread the needle through. Arm up, thread the needle through. This is another one where you could pause in the bottom of the motion and take an extra breath down here just to work on your rib mobility. Give a nice good stretch. Really try and reach the hand back toward your back wall when you're up, reaching toward the ceiling. Good, we're gonna switch sides so your legs can stay right where they are. Let's start with a reach up and thread the needle. You will need your mini band next. It's gonna be going onto your legs. Find your motion, go whatever speed that feels good to you today. It may be different than yesterday. 5 seconds till you grab your mini band. This one will be a fast transition. All right, let's go. You're gonna come onto your bottom, Mini band can go around your legs, and then you're going to roll onto your side. Going into clams, okay, so you can come on down, make yourself nice and comfy. Your feet are going to stay together. Your top leg is going to externally rotate out toward the ceiling and then come back down. Exhaling as you're rising toward the ceiling. So here we're working on some hip mobility and some strengthening at the same time. Take your top hand, put it on your core. Make sure that your torso is not moving with your leg. Your torso is staying nice and straight. Great. All right, we're going to switch sides, so you can just roll over if you'd like. Make yourself comfy again. Put that top hand on your TVA. Feet, your heels are staying clicked together. You're rising away and coming back down. Exhaling as you rise. So good, you guys. This one's gonna burn a little bit. Seconds left. We're going to go into a basic plank rotation. So you can do this on the wall, on your knees, or up on your feet. Good. Mini band can come off. Keep it handy though, we're going to need it for our last exercise. So side plank rotation, like I said, you can stay on your knees, your wall, or feet. You're just going to rotate side to side. Now when you come to a side plank, make sure that you are, take a look up at the ceiling. Make sure that you're all the way looking up at the ceiling. Your hand is straight up. Rotate to the other side, including your hip. Your hip is rotating all the way through as well. Feel your core strength as you go through that middle position. It is locked up and it is beautiful and you're doing a great job. One more move after this. You will need your mini band. Great. Okay, so now you're going to grab your mini band. You're going to put it in one hand on the ground. Okay, I have it looped around my thumb of my hand that's on the ground. And we're going to do a plank row. So you're going to row, turn your body like a side plank using that other hand, pulling it up like into a row, come back down. You can absolutely do this on your knees, and then back down. Fully reset when you're facing the ground. Make sure both your hip bones come straight back down. You're exhaling as you're pulling the band up toward the ceiling. We are repeating on the other side next, and then we are finished with our rotation and mobility workout today. Good. Give a little child's pose. Just shake it out here. Give your wrists a break. And get set up to do the other side. All right, here we go. Last 45 seconds. Rotating your whole body to the side, just like we did in those rotating side planks, with a nice row, adding in some strength. Feel your power, feel your muscles. Your body has done so many beautiful things, Mama, and I am so proud of you for being here to give yourself some movement and some self-care today. Child's pose. And just breathe here. Again, pretend someone is putting their hand on your upper back. And as you breathe, Your ribs are expanding out to the side and your back is expanding to allow that air to go there, and press that hand away. Good, let's come up into tabletop. Find a couple of cat-cows here just to work out your spine. Press your back up to the ceiling. And drop your belly down toward the floor. Now when I say drop your belly, you are still in control of it. Exhale as you raise up toward the ceiling. You can give some neck rolls up here if that feels good. Drop your belly down. Good. Let's stand it up, you guys. Widen your feet. We're going to drop down, hinging at the hips. Hands can come down, swinging side to side. Find some figure eights here, some yes or no's with your head. Just breathe nice and deep. Nice slow roll up through your spine. Good, you can bring your feet together. Let's bring one arm across your chest. We did a little bit of shoulder mobility. Nice stretch for your shoulder here. Continue to breathe nice and deep. This is time for you. You deserve it. Nice deep breaths, filling up your lungs. Switch sides with your arms. Good job. All right, hands can come down. Nice deep breath up. Exhale, let it all out. Fantastic job, you guys. Thank you for joining me for this foundations workout. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what your favorite move was, and if you have any suggestions for other foundation workouts, just ones where you're like, I really just need to slow down and work on X, just let us know, and we're happy to make those for you guys. Have a great day.